Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the mug. Look at my background, y'all. What's going on, Huck? Yeah, so me and my wife swapped locales. So I took over this it's a little office, but it became it's not a man cave because it's not big enough to be a man cave, but it is my movie room. I'm surrounded by all good things movie and pop culture related. So I'm super excited about that. And she's got my old spot where she can do her thing. So yeah, it's kind of neat. I got movie posters up. I'll be doing a video soon showing off the new, Huckster's movie room. So if you guys want to see it, let me know. Chime in. But hey, you know what? It's time to get things rocking and rolling. You know the drill. Grab a drink, grab a snack, because it's time for the morning mug. Hey everyone, welcome to the morning mug. Now let's chat. Yeah, there we go. We're here. We're ready to go. We got a lot of stuff to chat about today, including the SAG strike. I got lots of notes on this thing, and I'm gonna weigh in. It's been a while. I haven't really weighed in much, but now's my time. Um, yeah, man. So I'm throwing this ticker up here for a reason, so I can show you something. You know, the usual ticker. Anyone super chats. Oh yeah, guess what? No, yeah, you can't do that anymore. I'm gonna take that down. Because you know why? YouTube has decided to demonetize my channel for the only reason they gave was reuse of content. So what I do like about that is I don't reuse content. I haven't reused other people's content. I don't, take something else and pop it on my channel and call it my own. That's kind of what falls under the whole reuse quota. So that's cool. I mean, I guess everyone kind of gets hit once in a while with things. So they said put out a video or contact us. So you know what, I made a video that day, like last night. I stayed up and I had their guidelines up and I was following the guidelines and doing all that so that I could plead my case. By the way, how do I sound out there, by the way? All right, that's cool because I got my mic here. Try to get a little closer if I can. But yeah, so that happened. That's a real bummer. No YouTuber wants to wake up after you've worked so hard to hit all those numbers and all those clicks and boxes that you've checked to get yourself to that point. So we'll see. That now it gives them 14 days to look it over and decide if I'm full of it. And it also said a substantial portion of your channel. That's how I feel like it's just a random thing, because if maybe there's a couple of videos that they're citing, I don't even know what they would be, right? I would still have to think, because I know sometimes I use clips or, during my trivias, I'll use audio thing, but all of that is repurposed and reused, and that falls under their guidelines as being acceptable. So I can't even imagine. I can't even think what video, like if it's a video, it's got to be just a video, because when you say a substantial portion, and I brought that up to them several times too. I'm like, in your thing, you said substantial portion, so I'm going to address that comment. So I really went at that comment specifically. So we'll see what happens, y'all. But I ain't going nowhere. If they want to take my $3 away that I make a month or whatever it is, whatever, do your thing, but I'd like to not, if that's okay. All right, let's get to it. See what you guys are up to. Hey, Michael Hubbard, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Brent Mania 89, what's going on, brother? Look at that. Look at that big old jug with some liquid refreshments in there. That's pretty great. What's up, Brent? We got two Brents in a row. Good morning, Huck and chat. Marriott's here. Hello, welcome from the great Finland. Dimension Scots is here. What's going on? Enjoying your breakfast, having oatmeal, eggs, hash browns. Dang, man, that sounds like a good old breakfast. Dimension. Now, Are you a late riser and you're just having breakfast? I don't know where you live. Are you in the West Coast with me? Because that's a very morning time breakfast. Because 8, 9, it'd be like 11 o'clock if you're an East Coaster, like most people seem to be. But maybe you're just a mid coaster and you're only 2 hours behind me, which would only make it 10 o'clock. That's okay for people. Still have breakfast at 10. Caveman's here. What's going on, buddy? Miss Jess, hello, my dear. Look at that. Good morning, Huck and everyone. It is so nice to see you. Craig is here. What's going on, Craig? The fantastic Adrian James is here. What is going on? And Bonnie, mwah. Good morning, Huck. Got my coffee and muffin. All right. And we all got to know, what's Sue gonna get? What's Sue gonna get? What's Sue gonna get? So that's our thing out there. Everybody take a guess. What's Sue gonna get? We'll get to new releases and stuff today. I did not. I'm wiped, y'all. I didn't. There's no new graphics or any of that stuff today because I spent all last night, addressing YouTube. But I got my bullet points, so we'll wing it like the old days, y'all. It'll be great. But yeah, what's Sue gonna get? What's Sue gonna get? Good morning, everyone. What's up? Mikey's here. Awesome room set up. Let's see it all. Oh, you'll see it. Don't worry, you'll see it. It's very. Let's just say it's like a big movie hug right now. It's all the way around. It's not completely finished. You can see right behind me. There's like a little dead spot right there. But I have stuff I'm going to be doing. But yeah, so kind of once I have all my little things up, that's when I'm going to do a room tour, because I don't want to be like, and this is what's going to go over here, so I hope to get those things up pretty soon. Looks great. Thanks, Mama Blu-ray. Yeah. Oh, it feels great. Like head to toe, it's movies. It doesn't just stop at the old, chest plate, like in the other room. Lance is here. Hey, good morning, Huck. I'm taking pictures of my DVD collection because some movies might go to Goodwill so I can get new stuff. Dude, that is so awesome, because I will be doing the same thing. Wait till you see the new setup here. I'm very happy about this because I actually managed to get everything. I bought a new shelf over here. There's two, as you can probably see here. So I did it so it's the exact same shelf, put a little gap in between it so I could put some Funkos in the middle, just to break it up a little bit, so I could also show off some pop culture good stuff. And then on this wall that you can't see is an even bigger shelf. It's about like the size of both of these, and that's where all the Blu-rays are, and they fit with lots of space left. There I have 1, 2, 3. I have like 4 pods at the bottom that are completely empty. And I left them fairly loose in this things too. So when I get some new movies, I don't have to move everything over. One movie. Oh, got another movie. Move everything over. One movie. Oh, it's in the A's. Because yes, I went back to the old alphabetical thing. I think that just serves this room better. So I did away with the whole blockbuster genre style. Although I have broken it up. So like, behind me, you'll see some 4Ks and the steel books over there. All my TV stuff is over here, and then all the movies are over there. So that's how they are sort of broken up. And I do have like Criterion down there in their own little section, stuff like that. But for it to service this room best, I had to go back to the alphabetical thing. Nick, what's going on, man? Good morning, Hucks. Glad to see you back. I wish I could stick around, but been a busy day. And hello to everyone. Well, Nick, by cracky, you get out there and you show that day who's boss, buddy. And we'll talk to you soon. Tony, what's going on? My fellow get out there and hunt kind of guy. I know you and the Steelbook crew got a mission today. Every time Tony pops up, I feel like that's my segue. Because that's I think that's what we're gonna do. So hang loose for 1 second, because like I said, I got stuff in my way too. I'm still getting used to how I got this laid out. So bear with me. You guys are good. So hang on. Hurrah. All right. So we're going to pull up. Let's see. Today is the 18th. Right. All day, Huck. It's going to be 18th all day. All right. So let's go ahead and use my good pal Tony as our segue to the new releases. So this is how we can predict what Sue gonna get, and what Tony and the boys are gonna get. So here we go. Look, we got this sweet looking Hugo on 4K 3D. I just started watching that movie. I've never seen it. I didn't have time to finish the whole thing, about halfway through it. So I'm not going to jump on the 4K yet until I finish the movie and see how much I like it. But you got that. To Live and Die in LA, I think that's going to be another winner. Is Sue a fan of The Last of Us? I'm trying to remember. Of course, I've seen all of her things, and I can't remember. Is she a big enough fan? I don't know if she gets TV, though. I think I remember she's not a big TV getter. So I'm not sure if she'd be snagging that one. Les Miserables with Hugh Jackman. Let's see. What's some other standouts here? Steve McQueen movie called Nevada Smith. Never heard of it. Gloria. South Park seasons 21 through 25. Movie called Blonde Ice. Let's see. Number One with a Bullet from 1987. 52 Pickup with Roy Scheider. Let's see. Fool's Paradise. Is our boy from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Gerard Butler in Kandahar. Never heard of it. And then, of course, some animes. If you're into the animes, those are out there. We're just doing kind of a quick pass because, we got a loaded day with the SAG stuff. There you go. And Chop and Steel, whatever that is. So, yeah, so those are the main things. I would say Sue's going to get Hugo, To Live and Die in LA. I mean, that's the only thing I got my money on. I don't know if she's a Les Miserables fan or going to get TV. So, yeah. I'm going to just lean on that. Tony, what you going to get, son? You're going to ruin it for us. You're going to be like, you have to tune in to see. So we're going to find out later today. All right, let's bounce back to the old normal screen. A Caveman says, please, everyone, take out your aggressions on the like button by Will Smith in it. That's right. Slap that fool. Get down there and just give it a once over. Because if you give it a twice over, it takes the thing off. Oh my God. Sorry, I'm looking. I'm trying to get used to the new setup and how I got my stuff here. So we got 28 watching, 12 likes. Come on, y'all. Let's balance that. Just jack me up into the 20s, man. I'm not getting no money more anyway. That's it. It's done. So what you gonna do? So the least I can get is some likes, man. They're free. They don't cost nothing. Just a click of your mouse. It's like a nanosecond. So that's all I can get now, y'all. So I'll take it. Hey, mama. Was Sue gone out yet? So yes, we're all asking, has Sue gone out yet? Yeah, we want to see The Room with Huck, not Tony Wiseau. Yeah, that dude is hilarious. Yeah, The Room. Have y'all seen that? Hello, Mark. I didn't do it. Oh, hi, Mark. Is my mic too far away? I got it like way over here because I got my keyboard right here. I got notes over here. I needed to move. So here's my guy right there. Y'all let me know if this sounds okay. Got my new mic. Let's listen one more time here. All right. Yeah. Sorry. Huh? Is that you, Huck? Yeah, it is. Yeah, John. Yeah, I know what you meant. He's hilarious. Hey, Tony and Caveman. Hisham is here. Hello, Huck. Dance off, bro. You and me. Let's go, bro. Let's go, man. Let's do dance off. Woo-hoo. What are you doing? We could if you was here, bro. I'd do a dance off with you. May not last very long. Get all winded and stuff. Tony's saying, hey, she left 5 minutes ago. Woo! What's she getting today? What's Sue gonna get? What's Sue gonna get? Tell you, I'm gonna make a graphic of that next week. If I have time. Be on the lookout though. That would be fun. Hey, Huck and everyone. Slow 06 is here. What's going on? Saying hey to Cave. YouTube is getting wild out there in the streets. Yeah, because this same thing happened to my buddy Garrett over Born to Be Rad earlier this year. And I remember how deflating that was for Garrett. And I get it now. It's like, when you feel like you're sticking to the rules and, ticking off all those boxes and being careful just to stay on that path. And look, I've been putting out the same type of content for 2.5 years. This has been what I've been doing, and they've okayed all the videos up until now, which is what I said in the video as well to them. So hopefully that'll matter. That's all I can hope for, is that it'll matter. Good morning, Mama Blu-ray, James, Miss Jessica, all that. There's a lot of love out there, y'all. Adrian, Mama Blue, sounds great. Yep. Bonner. Look at everybody. I think this is just like a cafe. It's like everyone just pulls up a seat at the table, says, hey. Now, I'm in the West Coast. Okay, right on, dude. I figured, man, if you was having breakfast, I was like, you can't be no East Coaster. Either that or you a real lazy dude getting up super late. But yeah, right on. Cinema Man's here. What's going on? A little cup of coffee right there. Nice. Anthony's Horror Moore's here. Good morning. I also made breakfast about an hour ago. Nice. Look at you guys. Yeah, we all got our breakfast. We're up. We're moving and grooving. We're going to be doing trivia again. Actually, Slow 06. Go check out my channel, bro. We're going to be doing trivia. It's going to be science fiction themed at the end of this month. So I am looking for players. And I said this, I think, on last week's show. If anybody wants to play in the science fiction episode, it's going to be on July 31st, that Monday. I have a promo that's running on my channel that's advertising the week-long extravaganza of the Collectors Club. We're going to be doing a Collectors Club number 5 on Sunday, then the sci-fi trivia, and they're both sci-fi themed. So it's going to be sci-fi Collectors Club, then it's going to be sci-fi trivia. Then I'll have the morning mug on Wednesday, where hopefully we'll have a couple of guests on. And then Wednesday, Mike is going to be doing a Chris Nolan show. And then Derek on Thursday is going to be doing a movie poster tournament. And then Tim on Friday is going to be doing we're all going to be doing a recommendation thing. So we're all hosting different shows, different nights. And then Mike is going to have a recap show on Saturday. So it's going to be like a full week of the Collectors Club. It's a daunting event, but yeah, we're pumped. So if you're interested in playing a sci-fi trivia, or you know somebody who is, hit me up over on Instagram or leave comments below here. If you leave a comment as we're going live, that's fine too, but those kind of like go away. I don't see those anymore. So make sure you also list it in the comments below, because those will always sit there and I can come back and review this and go, oh, Slow 06 wants to do the show. Because I got my book right here, right? So anybody that chimes in, I'll try to write you down right now. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. So that's a good question. Ben says, how does a movie released on Tuesday affect weekend box office? Like they just don't count? I think we count any profits until Friday. Well, correct. Yeah, because what they're doing is they're just adding up the weekend total, what it made for the weekend, which is a weird thing because it's funny because Mission Impossible, I'm sure we're gonna be talking about that here. Mission Impossible came out on Tuesday, so it already got all of this income on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it sort of weirdly affected its quote weekend box office. Now it looks like it made 54 million. So again, I love great segues, Ben. So you're doing that for me right now. Let's go ahead and bring that up. So we're going to switch over to box office right here. And yeah, so there it is. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. 54 mil is what it's saying that it made over the weekend. That seems so low. But overall 78 million if you take into account from when it came out on Tuesday. So really, I mean, its opening kind of is 78 million in my opinion, because all those people would have probably still gone and have seen it over the weekend had they not already seen it. So that's not bad. Let's see if we look at its numbers. It's 234 worldwide. That's a pretty good opening, because it came out in such a staggered way. So just real quick. Well, I'll do the top 10 and then I'll talk about Mission Impossible without spoiling anything. So you got Sound of Freedom, movie everybody's talking about, doing extremely well. It pulled in 27 mil. It's at 85 right now. Insidious, Red Doors, number 3. Indiana Jones, number 4. And Elemental is number 5. Rounding out the bottom, we got Spider-Man Across Spider-Verse, Transformers Rise of the Beast, No Hard Feelings, Joyride with Jennifer Lawrence, and The Little Mermaid in the top 10. So those are the top 10 there. So question is Mission Impossible a hit with that number? I think it is. It's got a good worldwide number to it. So let's see where it goes. Mission Impossible's got Tom Cruise, who's coming high off of Top Gun. Now, I saw the film this weekend. I didn't enjoy it as much as Top Gun. I liked it, because I like Tom Cruise. The action in it is on point. He's great. Like they really know how to shoot Tom Cruise. Like he's in this killer looking blue suit at the beginning with these glasses. I'm like, damn, Cruise looks great in these things. And I do love Haley Atwell. I'm a big fan of Haley Atwell. So it's nice to see her in it. But, you know, Rebecca Ferguson has been the female lead in these films. So you're kind of bringing in a new female lead. I don't know if a lot of people, I know my buddy Tim out there wasn't a big fan of, you know, taking the spotlight, we'll just say, of you know, Rebecca with Haley Atwell. I didn't mind so much because it's part of the story, and maybe there's reasons behind it. I don't know that they needed to bring in Haley. My thing was, it was too long, 2 hours and 40 minutes, and this is a setup. This is a part one. Oh, guys, no, stop with that. Stop. Like, can't you, if you can't set this up in 2 hours and 10 minutes, that leads into the conclusion. I mean, for God's sake, if part two is a 3-hour movie, guys, this is Mission Impossible. They're really just action set pieces so we can be entertained. And we don't need 3-hour Mission Impossible movies. Come on. So, and there's, you know, and you've seen it in the trailer. I'm not going to ruin this. I'm just going to say there's an action set piece in and on a train. I'm just so over fights on top of trains. And literally a week before I saw Indiana Jones, and guess what? There's a fight on the top of a train. And I watched Mission Impossible, and guess what? There's a fight on the top of a train. There's always fights on top of trains. I think that's played out. Hollywood, it's played out. No more fights on top of trains. Like, look, check out Bullet Train. We had fights inside the train. In fact, when they were inside the train, a lot of that stuff was so much more interesting than on top of the train. Like, cause you got the same things that come at like, even like in Skyfall, Daniel Craig, you know, they're coming to that tunnel. Oh, poof, they both drop down, you know, the top of the thing, so they can fit under the tunnel, you know, the guys like, they're looking at each other, you know, and then they come out and they stand back up. I'm like, first of all, wouldn't the wind just like take you out like Steven Seagal in Executive Decision? Be good, Huck. So what was I saying? Yeah, anyway, trains. You know, and then like, you know, when they're in the tunnel, those red lights are coming by, just whizzing by your head. I'm sorry, didn't we see that in Speed in 1994 or whenever that movie came out? It's like all the fighting on top of train tropes were just popping up. So I was getting a little bored. Like, do anything else but that. Like, I was pretty into most of the film, but and being that that's sort of the end action set piece before, you know, we get the conclusion that says part one. I don't know. I was like, all right, you know, it didn't help the long runtime to end on another train sequence. So, I mean, there were parts of the train sequence that were pretty stupendous, but yeah, there better not be a train in part two. That's all I'm saying. Any of you guys go see it without, you know, spoiling anything? I'll just keep it generic like me. Like, did you like it? Was it cool? Like, yeah, I liked it though. I would still put it about maybe midway in the franchise. I still think from 3, you know, part 3, and then Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation, and Fallout, those are amazing. Like, all 4 of those are just bangers. Then I would take this one and put it before 3. So it's like almost like 2, 1, this one, and then the other ones in their order. So I still like it, but it's not my fave. Like, when I left Fallout, man, I was like, dang. I took my wife to go see that. I was like, that was a good movie. She's like, yeah. So said how she sounded. Yeah. She sounded way cooler than that. All right, back to it. Like the new backdrop. Thank you, Cinema Man. It is good. Yeah. We're going to hopefully get some lights up in here too. Maybe it'll light the walls a little bit. And look, right there, I actually got a movie poster, y'all. Can't wait to show you what that is. Tim's going to love it. Huck, I have a question for you. Are you an actor? Yes, I am. I was, you know, in that classic film Steel Frontier, aka Chicken Boy. Yeah, that's my one shot. Yeah, so that's why I'm going to be talking about the SAG strike today. So yes, thanks for asking. Yeah, let's see. Sorry, notifications are popping up. Here we go. I forgot it was Tuesday. You forgot it was Tuesday. Well, welcome to the Tuesday show. Saying hey, hi. Kate Winslet's here. Always love me some Kate. Good morning, Huckster. Are you going to join the strike? Yes, I will. Like, I'm still working this week because, you know, I really work as an editor now, who thankfully have not gone on strike yet. So if there's no work for me, because I can't just bail, I'm the only editor on this gig. But if like the end of the week, that's like, oh, we don't need you on Friday. Heck yeah, man, I'm gonna pack up the old Blue Beetle and Blue Beetle, that's my car, and go join the line. I think it'd be kind of fun. Hey Tony, love you. Morning everyone. What's up, Spicy 4K action? Caveman says today's Dell's birthday. Oh yeah, that's right. Shout out, happy birthday, Dell. What's going on, my brother? That's such a solid dude, man. He had another great movie swap on last night. If you guys haven't been checking out Dell's movie swaps, go check them out, man. They're so fun. Let's see. Hey, Ghost Pepper Dude. Spicy 4K Comic-Con this weekend. I know. My cue to stay away from downtown. Yeah. Oh, are you closer to that area? Yeah. Be far away. I guess I'm not going. I didn't get my ticket. Usually, as someone in the industry, I've been getting free tickets to Comic-Con for, I don't know, 20 years. And just, I don't know, lately, the last couple of years, they're like, you don't qualify. I'm like, what do you mean I don't qualify? So, yeah, unless somebody coughs up a free ticket, you know, I have no plans to go. Yo, Caveman, happy birthday to Dell. Everybody getting some happy birthdays in. Sounds good. Or as Tony Tiger would say, it's great. I was joking on that one. Maria says, I have seen only bits and pieces of Warsaw's Room, but just rewatched The Disaster Artist, which is also very funny, with Sean, because he wanted me to see it. What did you think of that? They play that scene, the scene on the roof where it comes out, you know, I didn't, what was it? I can't remember the line. I used to have it in my head, but you know, he just comes out of that little, you know, door on the roof, and he's like all pissed off, and then he's like throws his bottle. Oh, hi, Mark, and then like his attitude. It's like, I mean, that is a legendary bad acting scene. It's so good. I'm sorry, Tony, if you or Tommy, yeah, Tommy Wiseau, if you're watching, he's not, but it's funny. Mom Blu-ray says, hi, all you beautiful people in the chat. I was in the kitchen for a minute. Well, I'm sure you're just freshening up your goodies, right? Hey, Anthony Benzier says, the new Sci-Fi channel. That's right. Right here. So it's certainly going to be that on Sunday and Monday, because I'm hosting both the Collectors Club and the trivia and then the morning mug. So it'll be three days on mine. So I'll be exhausted by then. I'll be happy to pass it on to anybody else. Oh, Bonnie, how sweet. But I'm a caveman, not a beautiful at all. You're a beautiful caveman is what you are. You know, I'm always down for joining you, my friend. For real. I know. Right on. All right. So like I said, if you know what, I'm just going to add you, because I know I mentioned before, I'm trying to get new players, because I feel like, I don't know, you know, like sometimes you feel like you're using a lot of the same peeps. But you know what, Caveman? Look, here's the deal. If no one's going to reach out and say I want on the show, you're going to be getting a call from the Huckster right there. So there you go, y'all. If you want to be on the show, I need 4 new contestants. If I don't have any interest, Caveman, you're top of the list. Okay, there it is. You're top of the list. If no one else reaches out, so it's looking pretty good right now, sir. Beautiful in the eye of the beholder. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're absolutely correct at Mama Blu-ray. Just imagine if AI is going to replace us all as soldiers, doctors, actors, chefs, and many more. Yeah, I don't know if they can replace us as chefs, but that'd be kind of interesting. Like then we're like the Jetsons by then, right, Hisham? It's just like, oh, a pizza. Like that's where we would be then if AI is making our food. Huck, they need you editing these movies down to reasonable runtimes. Dude, I know. My wife fell asleep many times during that movie. Look, as an editor, yeah, I was just like, the action set pieces were great. Like there's a great car chase in this little junky yellow car that is absolutely hilarious and really well done. Like it's one of the best car chases. It reminds me, if anybody has seen, if you got to be an older guy or at least a James Bond fan, there's a James Bond movie called For Your Eyes Only, with Roger Moore. And Roger's got this, the hot Lotus Esprit, sitting there, and these bad guys are like trying to break in, and Bond like catches him. And in classic James Bond fashion, there's a sticker on the window that says, do not break glass, burglar proof. So the guy, of course, takes his gun and he whacks the windshield or the side window. And when he cracks the window, the whole car explodes. Gone. And Bond just like holds up the keys, drops them on the ground, and he goes, I guess we'll be taking your car. And then they go to the girl's car, Bond goes with the girl. And it's this junky little yellow car. And it just like the one, it reminded me from this new Mission Impossible where you got the super fine looking, because it was a dope looking car sitting next to it. Like, and you knew for sure, oh yeah, they're getting in that car. I don't even know what it was. It was a hot looking car. But no, hiding just behind it, and this little yellow car rolls out. That was hilarious. So again, really good stuff to keep that movie rolling, but there was just so much repetitiveness in some scenes. Like, I don't know, it was way too long, especially for part one. And I love rewatching movies, and I'm game to put in any, but that one, like, just because of its length, it's hard to put think about putting in right away. And the villain was I was kind of confused, honestly, by the villain. Yeah, we won't go too deep into that, but I was a bit confused by the villain. Hello there, Mike. Hey, Adrian. Tom Cruise, 62, but still doing all of his own stuff. It's like Jackie Chan, Jet Li, and Donnie. I know, man. Look, he looks good doing them too, man. We've been seeing that motorcycle jump for 6 months on YouTube now. And to see it in context of the movie was pretty great. And when it goes, like, yes, we already kind of knew what it was going to look like because we've seen it so many times. But boy, when he hits that peak and goes off, this is brilliant filmmaking. There's music and the motorcycle ride, and when he jumps, it gets quiet just like that, and it takes your breath away. Like everyone in the audience is like, oh, like you can hear this collective, oh, because cutting everything off, because they just want that. That's how you get an audience to laser focus on one thing, is you drop out all the distractions, and all you can see is Tom just taking that plunge. That was awesome. So again, a lot of good things about it, but because of its runtime and sort of slow-paced stuff, I don't feel like it's going to hit 1 billion unless the worldwide audience is down for that kind of length. If this was sitting at 205, 210 at the most, it would be lean and tight. And I think, just take the whole fight off the top of the train off, and you got yourself at least a 215 movie. All right. Shang-Chi fights inside Shang-Chi. Missing the G there. Yeah. Shang-Chi. Fights in the bus. And it was an excellent fight. It's one of my favorite fight scenes in that. And what I also love about Shang-Chi is that they show it's very Jackie Chan in its filmmaking, because what Jackie says is, you choreograph a fight. I'm going to do a Jackie Chan impression. You choreograph a fight. You don't do rapid cuts. We train to do this beautiful fight for you. It's like, ballet. And then the director and the editor are just going to chop into it. No, that's why when Jackie does stunts on an American movie, he always brings in his stunt team. And, you can bet those stunt scenes are edited to his approval if he's not the one in the edit room making sure it's done right. So yeah, I love the fight scenes in Shang-Chi. Like the one on the outside of the building was spectacular. Inside the bus. It's funny because all of those I prefer to the end. Prefer over the end, because the end is just another big CG fighting a dragon, fighting a monster. I was over that. I love the tactile, tangible fights, So yeah, I was down with that. At Hisham says, I pray AI doesn't take over the world. I hope society is smart enough to not let that happen. Agreed. We're gonna get to this in just a sec. How we doing? 8:34. Okay, just checking my start time for work today. Okay. Hey, Fish. What's up, my friend? You looking good, buddy? Look at that handsome devil. What's up, man? Fish, how you doing? Look, like Fish. Now Fish is here, and everybody's going crazy for the Fish man. The Fish man. Is that like Shape of Water right there? Let's see. Hey, Mama Blu-ray. I did not hit her. That's it. Yeah, I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. Sean loved the disaster artist and now wants to see The Room. Yikes! I don't know if I can do that. It's well, let's just say, have distraction. Just do the old, I'm going to run to the kitchen to get a drink. No, keep the movie running. I'll be right back. And then, you're out of the room for 10 minutes. He's not going to know, right? I mean, unless she's yelling for you. Ma. Yeah, I got to do that. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, my God. It's so good. I should put that in my next trivia. Can't be in the next one because it's sci-fi related, but yeah, you know what? I'm doing it, Marion. The next trivia. I'm gonna work in that. I'm gonna work that in. Hey, caveman, I'm good. Getting ready for work. Liked it my 7, but the end didn't make want. But the end didn't make want the P2 the part 2 as much as I had hoped. I got what you're saying. Yeah, the ending didn't get you hyped up for the part 2. Yeah, I know. It's like when the part 1 hits, I was like, all right. Like it kind of made me feel like, oh God, that was a long part 1. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think we feel the same way. Why do I love movie? Why you love movie? Is that like another Tommy thing? Why you love movie, Mark? Mission Impossible? I don't know. Is that what we're talking about? Sorry is it something else I said? If I get down after a while, I miss the connective tissue. If you mean Mission Impossible, I didn't love it. I liked it. So that's why it's middle in the mid of the Mission Impossible movies. So yeah, if that's the one you mean. MI2 Grape is the fact the new Steelbook for I knew it. I knew that was gonna happen, caveman. I knew it. The new Steelbook doesn't match the ones just released. Comes from Paramount. What are you doing? I knew it. I swear to God, I knew that was coming. Because look, Mama Blu-ray, Bonnie, I know Sue went out there. She picked them up. She got them. They look good. They look juicy, fresh, minty, ting, ting. Guess what? Number 7, garbage. Number 7, so you have all these nice ones, 1 through 6, and then 7, yellow spine, not going to look the same. I mean, God, it's like, look, I don't mean to call them a-holes, but that's an a-hole move right there, Paramount. Like, I mean, you kind of suck, man, doing that. Like, you put out the 6, you get people excited who are Steelbook collectors, and all they can hope is that you're going to follow that style and give us that. So what would be nice is, yes, maybe because look, there's been a lot of other Steelbooks of all those other movies, right? There's a different Ghost Protocol Steelbook, excuse me, a different Fallout Steelbook. Cool, that's great. But then you design these. So if you are going to put out that, the white cover that I kind of seen online or whatever of the new one, all right, that's cool. But maybe make that steel, the silver one, a Best Buy exclusive or something like that, just so the fans who spent all that money for these movies can have symmetry along their Steelbook shelf. Is that too much to ask for? I like a good elevator fight. You don't get enough of those, right? Gone are the days of a good elevator fight. I hear you. Marlo Prescott. Hey, man, what's going on, buddy? Looks like you're just chilling in that photo. Look at Marlo, just hanging out, man. Just keeping it real. Love it. Caveman says, MI7 car chase reminded me of Pierce Brosnan's Bond. With it. Yeah, you know what? That is true. That is true. I like how you say you won't say anymore. So you're feeling it was a little bit of a ripoff. Yeah. Yeah. Like now that you point that out, I can't unsee it. I hated MI7, too much CGI and too longer. Yeah, I didn't hate it, but I get your take on it. I don't know. I mean, look, they still, delivered, they tried to deliver a spectacle of a movie like Tom always does. And there was some good action set pieces for me. Like a lot of the scenes were pretty entertaining, but it's kind of all that filler stuff in between was a little, like somehow separating Tom Cruise from other characters, and he's got a chop saki run and get him. I'm like, how far away was he? Like he's doing that Tom run. I'm like, I feel like he would be a lot closer than he was. Yeah, you guys know I'm not gonna ruin anything. Just Tom's running and he's separated from his, like in every movie he gets separated. So yeah, what's my favorite Tom Cruise haircut? I have to go with was pretty dope haircut in Top Gun Maverick. But I will say it's pretty. It's got a little extra quaff in Cocktail. Cocktail. There you go. I've seen the new Jackie Chan movie, Right On. No, I have not. Any good? Have you seen it? Because, I'm a Jackie Chan fan. I haven't seen a lot of his newer things. I just picked up The Foreigner for like $3 or $4, something like that. I found it at my swap meet thing or at the thrift store, but I haven't seen it yet. I'm always worried that some of his newer ones, it's just going to be more gunplay, because as you get older, you're not as mobile, but, Jackie is still pretty physical. So Tom Cruise haircut. Are you a barber, Hisham? I would say Last Samurai for his hair. Oh, that long wavy stuff. See, the Last Samurai hair is the same hair from Mission Impossible 2. It's that long wavy, and then you get, that hair in slow-mo from Mission Impossible 2. So, I mean, I dig the Last Samurai, but, if you want to see those locks flipping around in slow-mo, kicking up guns out of the sand, wow, that was a good stunt. All right, these long-run movies, runtimes for movies is why I'm skipping a lot of them and waiting for the home viewing, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people, I think that number says that, because look, people have to carve out time, I don't know why. For me, just getting out there, I try to like force myself. I'm like, okay, I have to go. I don't just have the free time. I got to make that free time. So anybody that just has tons of free time for going out to movies, I wish I had that kind of free time. But like, I got to tell my wife, oh, okay, my daughter's got a play date and it's at 2:30. So I'll take her to the play date because Mission Impossible starts at 3:10. That way, while I'm still out, I'll go see the movie. She'll have a play date. Then maybe by the time the movie's over, I can pick her up. You know what I mean? So I try to work it into our daily lives. But these long run times, if you're doing that kind of thing like I have, it is hard, I think, now and if you got a big family, like even if you have 2 kids, that's 4 people, it's over $100 just to go to the movie. And I got the movie pass thing. So I can go for free now. Well, free, but it's like the $23.99 a month. And as they say, in 2 visits, it'll pay for itself. Well, I just got to make sure now that I've seen 1 movie, I got to go see 2. Marriott's laughing at Sean. Would pause the movie till I came back. Really? It's payback for all the cringy stuff I've tricked him into watching. I want to see that trivia question. Okay, Marriott, it's for you. It'll be there, and I'll have to deliver it like that. But if I deliver it like that, I'll give it away, right? Maybe it'll just be the quote in the sound in the sound clips, Yeah. You know what? That's where I got to sneak it in, right? It's got to be the sound clip so you can hear Tommy say those words. Hey, what's up, fans of something? I know the artist who did the art for those Mission Steel books. I'll ask him if it's being commissioned for that. Do it, man. Do it. We all want to know. Put it on your channel. Tell us next week. That would be interesting because if it's not, total cash grab again. Paramount, boo. Boo. I will retract this boo only if I see some matching steelbooks. Captain America had a great elevator fight scene. I know, right? That of all, is there a better elevator fight than that one? That was a crowded elevator. That wasn't just 2 dudes in an elevator. That was like a packed sardine can of ass whooping, right? That was good stuff. Action is my favorite genre. I dig it as well. Tom Cruise is my favorite action star. I'm right there with you. Longer the better. John Wick Chapter 4 was long and it should end there. No need to go on. It's repetitive now. Yeah, exactly. I think, when your franchises hit a nice ending, put a nice button on it. And look, and maybe this is it. Tom is 62. And I don't mind. I mean, I hope Dead Reckoning Part 2 is a better swan song to the series because this would have been a terrible one. Like if this was the movie, like, oh man, they should have just bailed out at Fallout. But they don't know that either. They look, Tom takes a long time, and this is the one they made during COVID. This is the one that Tom got really pissed off at people on set who weren't adhering to the protocol and wearing masks and all that. Because it was, look at the movie. It was pretty amazing for being shot during that time. So yeah, I just hope Part 2 is a better conclusion. I don't want a 3-hour ending though. I'll tell you that. That's gonna be tough. And I think if it's another 2.5, 3-hour thing, I think it's gonna get a lot of flack. Caveman, no. Brent says Oppenheimer sounds brutal to watch, according to a few who have seen it. Very confusing, all over the place. It sounds like 3+ hours. All right, pass. Look, I did go see Avatar, but look, Avatar was beautiful. Look, I liked it. I don't get everyone saying they don't like Avatar. It made $2 billion. It's like somebody else out there other than me liked Avatar too. So I'm gonna stand behind it. Cinema is a visual medium, and James Cameron delivered a visual feast, and it was fantastic. So, but Oppenheimer, I'm sure is more. I'm sure it looks great, but it's story based. It's not like a visual thing like Avatar is. So for 3 hours, and look, Mission Impossible is an action movie that went almost 3 hours, and we all got a little bored with that. So if this is just a historical drama for 3 hours, guys, Hollywood, you gotta tighten your stories, man. Who's my favorite director? Steven Spielberg. Yep. He's just, I grew up with him. He's got all my faves. Love it. Good news, everyone. Oppenheimer audio is very good and you can hear dialogue. Oh, excellent. Finally. Yes, sound clip. He's such a great actor. People will probably think it's Sir Laurence Olivier. They could be like, which Olivier film is that? I'm working, but wanted to stop and say, hey, Tim, thanks for coming in, buddy. Loving the background, but thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a long time coming. Too long, but I'm glad it's here. Avatar 1 and 2 looked amazing, and on 4K, watch as you enjoy them both. Yeah, I mean, again, that's another good one to have at home. If you got a good high-def TV and you can put it on and, get up, go to the bathroom, keep snacks, it's like, because, yeah, in the theater, I had to really be careful not to, like, chug my soda, so that I had to, because my wife and daughter had to go to the bathroom during the movie, so they picked a pretty good part to go, but you never know if you're picking the right part to get up and go out. So yeah, let's see, who's your celebrity crush when you were a little kid? So is that 2? Is like now and when I was a kid? Because I will say it's funny, when I left Mission Impossible, I'm like, I think Haley Atwell's now on my list. You get your 5, like you get your hall pass for these 5, and your significant other gets their pass for their 5. So I dig me some Haley Atwell. Also love Jennifer Connelly and stuff like that. When I was a kid, though, it's gonna sound stupid. When I was a kid, it was like Christy McNichol. That's right. I said it. I thought Christy McNichol was hot, man. So hot. Olivia Newton-John from Grease. She's so adorable. Come on, man. Her little Aussie self in Grease. Oh, so good. So good. So those are my childhood crushes. Meredith Salinger from Journey of Natty Gann. Stuff like that. MI2 is my favorite because I just gotten and still have it, car driven by the chick in the car chase. Really? But the hardtop version. 2000 Audi TT Quattro. Used a picture of my car for my MI Steelbook video. Nice. Oh, wow. Caveman. Sweet. Look at that. Right on. All right, y'all. So put a pin in that one there. So let me get to some oh my gosh. Thanks, y'all. We've been having such a good time. I've already flown past way longer than I thought. Where are we at? 20 likes, 26 watching. All right, that's pretty good. All right, so we're gonna jump into a lot of the stuff that's been going on with SAG. As you guys know, or may have known watching my channel, I am a SAG member as well, so I pay my yearly dues. Getting into SAG, to give you a little bit of background with SAG. So back in the day when the young huckster came out to Hollywood, I really wanted to be an actor and all that jazz, and I did stand up and did all that kind of stuff to get into the biz. And I've always been an editor, so I've fallen back on editing to pay the bills while pursuing acting. And you got to stick to it, and you do enough things, you become eligible for a SAG card, right? And so I had done a couple of these voiceover things that allowed me to become SAG eligible. I was like, oh my God. All right, I've done those things, and now I just need to cough up. I think at the time it was $800 to join. That's nothing. I think it's last time I checked, it was 3,000. I don't even know. If you guys like Google it real quick, you'll find out how much does it cost to join SAG. But last time I think I heard it was like $3,000 or something insane just to join. And once you join, then you have annual dues of like $200 a year or something like that, or something like that. And and that's if you're not working. If you're a working actor, your dues are based on how much you're making as an actor. So, like, Will Smith, slaps or not, if he's multimillionaire, he's got dues that supersede probably what I make in a year. I don't know, because he makes that kind of money. But yeah, I'm proud to be a member of SAG. I'll never get rid of that SAG card, even if I haven't been working as an actor much. I'm going to keep that card alive because it was such a goal. Like, there are certain things I wanted to achieve, and that was one of them. Get that card so I can do things like Chicken Boy and Steel Frontier and all that good stuff. So yeah, so let me dive into the strike a little bit. Got some notes right here, so don't forget, because Swiss cheese brain. So yeah, so it was like 63 years ago is the last time that both SAG and AFTRA striked together. And the last time I want to say is maybe the 80s, because they also striked in the 80s and 2000. Is 80s is when they had the residuals thing, which is also why, because back in the day when you did television and even movies, you didn't know television was going to explode like the medium it was. Nor did you know there was going to be repeats of your movies and your TV shows over and over and over and over and over. That wasn't a thing back in the 60s, when TV was really coming alive, like with and the 50s with like I Love Lucy and Rawhide and Star Trek and things like that. So the residual stuff wasn't on the plate. That's why you always see like the Gilligan's Island actors are always so pissed, and the Brady Bunch cast, because those things run all the time. And it's too bad that the residual contract did not include back pay, right? Like it's like from then on kind of thing, I guess, unless you were a certain level. Like maybe Nimoy and Shatner got it, but the other people didn't. So residuals was a big thing, right? And also, we also weren't heavily into, the VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, blah, blah, like that exploded. So that became a different medium that actors needed a chunk of, because now their property, their work, and writers and directors and all the people that get residuals from things like that. We're losing out in profits from those new mediums. And then now the internet's coming along, and now AI is coming along. So every time there's a new entity that presents itself, our guilds need to conform to that. And that's all of them. So it's IATSE, that's, your, for the technical departments like cinematographers and editors and things like that. So yeah, so that was the biggest one. So, and the one in the 80s and the 2000s lasted 6 months each, if I recall correctly. And so, I mean, if it follows suit, yeah, I mean, it could go 6 months again. We'll see. I mean, people are saying, oh, it's not going to last that long. Well, I mean, you don't know, because, and what we don't know is actually what's also being offered. All I hear about is the offers are unreasonable. I think we've all heard the Bob Iger comment, this is disruptive and disturbing. I'm like, screw you, guy. It's like, you make all this money, and look, here's the thing. If this strike keeps going, then that's going to shut down, well, it has shut down all the production. And so new content won't be coming along to all these streaming services. So at some point, all these streaming services are going to get capped, and we're not going to have anything new to binge, right? That's when all this stuff kicks in. Finally, a reason to dig into my collection, right? Honestly, part of me is kind of excited about that. So yeah, so let's see. And the other thing is about AI, right? That's the big thing, is like AI scanning actors. So what has happened recently are, and I'm going to get into just parts that people don't know, like when the rich actors. We'll get to that in a second too. But background actors are also SAG, in case you don't know. The background actors can be SAG. And so, and that's the change. Sometimes actors rely on the background, because what happens is sometimes you're in the background, and if you're really good, like you pay attention and listen to what the director wants, and you try to like look at the camera and hog the thing. They hate that. It's like, if they see you looking, you then get put in the back, man. It's like, you're a camera hog, out of here. But if you just do what they say and don't pull focus, his keys, don't pull focus from the actors that they're paying a lot of money for, they respect that and they'll notice that. Then all of a sudden, maybe you'll get bumped up to a featured extra. And so I'm going to use some people I know, a friend of mine used to be on Star Trek The Next Generation. He was a featured extra on the bridge, right? On the bridge. He did such a good job. He got to get on the bridge. Shout out Simeon if you're watching. He's probably not. And if you just do your job, they like that. And then another guy that was on The Next Generation that was also just an extra, then he got bumped up to featured, was Cole Meany. Cole Meany, as you guys know, went to Deep Space Nine. He's, the transporter chief, Miles O'Brien. So he went from just being an extra to a featured extra. Then he had lines. Then he had his own show. You see where the trajectory goes. So if AI takes over and it scans background actors, because this is what happened on a production, is they told the background actors, we're going to scan you so that we can duplicate you for this scene. It's like, oh, okay. Why are you going to think it's anything other than that? Because this hasn't happened yet. So now what they have is your image in a computer. So if they need a crowd like that again, it's also how they've captured you. If you're a walking crowd, there's that. If you're sitting in the bleachers, there would be that kind of thing. And so now that they've digitally captured that, they own that. And they paid you $250. That's what an extra makes. $250 to stand around all day and be background. Well, now if you go in there for a day and you get scanned, you've been scanned for $250. Now they own you for only $250 forever and perpetuity, ever. Like after you're dead, they own you. That's what's happening. So no, there's reasons why, people go out to be background people, because productions need background extras. And it's like, if you're a really small background person, how are you going to even tell, oh, wait, that's me. That's my scanned person. Like, you really have to see every movie to find yourself, to find out. But boy, I tell you, if you do that and you find yourself, like the lawsuits could be great. Like if this doesn't win, is what I'm saying. Like if you've been scanned and then they're going to try to sneakily use you and you recognize yourself, own that Bob Iger, right? So that's why it's a big deal for everyone. So I'm going to get back to the big actors who make a ton of money. Where am I? It's at 9:00. So when you see like Mark Ruffalo or, George Clooney, and they're coming out saying, and I know that, some people tend to knee jerk and say, what's this rich person, doing? He doesn't need the money. No, they are standing up for everyone, because when they get up there, because of their stature in Hollywood, they are hoping people listen. Yes, they will survive without this, getting over with in a couple of months, right? Because they have the money. But it doesn't just affect the actors and then the writers who are also on strike with us, because it affects all the other people, all the stunt performers, or the grips, or the teamsters, all these other people, local businesses. When a movie shoots, businesses explode, right? If you're in LA, New York, or Chicago, something like that, businesses excel because people need to go out and eat and have a good time and let off steam, and those things are going to go down as well. So the actors and the writers not getting a decent wage, whatever that acceptable wage is. Look, and it's not like they're asking for Bob Iger money, but what can happen is, much like the extra, say the extra works for 2 days, they've made $500 and that's it. They have to find something else to fill their time and money so that they can survive, put food on the table, pay rent, and all that good stuff. Now, the actors we're going to take it up a notch. Maybe they're day players and they come on and they're the guest star. Great. The guest star just made, I don't know, we'll just throw out a number, 20 grand for being on the show. All right, cool. 20 grand is great. But now what if they don't work for 6 more months? Well, that 20 grand is now what you've made for 6 months. So it always seems like actors in Hollywood, you always make a lot, but it's not really like that. You go from job to job to job. I'll even tell you, so when I was on Steel Frontier, I was always so excited because I made like $1,800 a week. It's kind of what I'm making now. You know what I mean? It's like $1,800 a week for just acting, and that was great. And it was a 5-week shoot, so I made a good money. I was on set, so excited to be on set, and then that's it. That was it, right? So that has to last you until someone else casts you. And so if you get into this AI stuff, that's not good. Like that takes away, unless it's a contract on top of it saying, okay, you can scan me, but every time you use that scan, you owe me money. You owe me $250, right? I don't have to come in, but I'm in. you're using me, right? Every time. So that's that's what has to happen regarding that. Um, let's see. What else? So Deadpool, right? So movies like Deadpool finally got off the ground. We've been waiting and waiting for Deadpool 3. Now it's out there. We've been seeing all the shots of Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, in that scene. And now it all comes to a screeching halt, like, because no one knew this was coming. And also, Ryan Reynolds is also like a producer and a writer. So he's kind of affected in a couple of ways, so he's slammed twice. And yeah, so the question is the hype? I think the hype will still come back because people just want to see Deadpool 3 badly. The worst is that Hugh Jackman has to try to stay in shape for all this time, or now he's gonna have to have CGI body. And it takes a long time for him to get ripped like that. And I feel bad if this thing goes 6 months and he's got to stay in ripped shape for 6 months. Man, that sucks. And so let's see, streaming services and studios also not revealing their numbers when they say, oh, we haven't made money and blah, blah, and all that stuff. Really? Because it seems like a lot of the people like Bob Iger and studio heads are making plenty of money. And here's the other thing. Some of those bigwigs, their contracts end at a certain time. I think Iger's is coming up, right? Here's what doesn't happen. That actors lose their scrappiness, because the reason I'm telling you all this story is because actors are used to not working. They're used to like not having money and figuring out how to fill their time. So guess what? They're going to go work at Starbucks. They'll go work and they will wait you out. You greedy SOBs, like they're we'll just sweat the actors out until they lose their homes. Well, first of all, F you for any kind of comment like that. But secondly, actors and writers probably can as well. We'll wait you out. We'll wait you out, right? So they think that's all going to go away. But then as the stocks keep lowering and the new content keeps lowering and the subscriptions lower and all the subscribers are going away, like they're going to get kicked out. Like the people who are putting in the money, they're going to be like, dude, what do you make a deal already, because we're losing money. I gave you money to keep Disney Plus. We'll just use Disney Plus floating along. So either step it up or get out. And he's going to be fired. And all these other execs are going to be fired from the people who have shareholders in their stock, right? So the actors will wait you out, man. Do not think for a second that you bigwigs can sweat the actors out and the writers and you'll win. You need to come to the table with something that's negotiable, something, Look, in the 80s, we came up with the residual thing. So, and that was very helpful, Even like Steel Frontier for a while, I was getting checks. I think the last check I got for Steel Frontier was like $1.17, like 10 years ago. So, it does go down as time runs out. Like at a certain point, they just go away. But, that's why you try to work on many things. And then those residuals keep coming in. It's nice. Let's see. Hold on. Let me swap my notes around here. Yeah. That's right. I got notes, y'all, because, I want this to be a big thing. Oh, let me show you real quick. So again, this is to show you what the actors who are a little bit higher above. So John Cusack came out and he was saying some stuff. And I'm going to try to find just a quick quote. Okay. So he says, all right. Okay. Yeah. Like, for example, this is how he got screwed. So do you think they will stop with extras? Because this is where it starts. The AI starts with the extras, which is what I was talking about. It's a giant copyright theft. The actor proceeded to share a story about what happened on Say Anything, where he received no percentage of the box office and that the studio lost $44 million on that movie because they gave him. Well, here, I'll get to it. He says, the greed is almost a legendary comic trope, he writes. One fun fact, I was a young'un. I did a film with a boombox, the one. And somehow he got points on the movie. That's a big deal to get points. Oh, but wait, they were on net, not gross. Never get net. If anybody ever gets on a movie and they want to give you points on the net, never take that, because they will always say your movie never made money. The movie cost $13 million to make, and they've claimed that it's lost $44 million over the years. Are you kidding? A classic like Say Anything that is an absolute cult favorite. There's no. So he never has received a penny on those points. And again, that would have been something, but the greediness at the top, they know how to say things like, oh, we're going to give you some points, man. You'll be all good. It's going to make a lot of money. And then it doesn't happen. So he calls it a criminal enterprise, claiming that they will eliminate background actors and writers within a decade or so, and that the use of AI and then not pay them for their dues. He also shared a video with the president, Fran Drescher of SAG, says, we are the victims here. We are being victimized by a very greedy entity. I cannot believe it, quite frankly, how far apart we are on so many things, meaning them and us. How the studios plead poverty, that they're losing money left and right, and yet giving hundreds of millions of dollars to their CEOs. It is disgusting. What a shame. So, yeah. So, again, it's affects everybody down the line. So, let's see. Oh, and Fran Drescher, they said, Fran took a trip just before the strike. Whatever. Don't worry about that. Again, strikes, you don't really know what's coming, but lately she's really stepped up to the plate because when she realized just how horrible things were getting, she's really been sticking it up and like coming at them like a mama bear, right? Getting her claws dirty. So she knows what's up. So hopefully she'll talk the good talk. Let's see. Oh, and so here's nothing. So with the SAG actors, you have to meet a certain quota to get healthcare, and that is $27,000 a year. It is so hard, to make that kind of money a year on just an average working, actor who's got maybe 1 or 2 lines in a show. Maybe you're the barrister at the Starbucks in the scene, and then you leave. If you're that kind of a day player, you're never going to hit that 20. So you have to have 27,000 health insurance, and 87% of SAG after members do not fit that. 87% do not fit. I'm in that 87%. We don't hit that at all. We don't qualify. So, and like I said, this also takes jobs from so many other people. Yeah, wow. I think I just off the cuff remember a lot of stuff. Okay, so let's one last thing about it, and then I'll get off of this. But I wanted to give you a perspective from me, from being in the industry. So the other thing that's coming up are awards. So you've got the Emmys and the Oscars coming up. Emmys come out in September, and the Oscars will be out next March. So as you've seen, a lot of actors can't promote anything. They can't go out and promote Oppenheimer. They can't promote Barbie. They can't promote any of these films. Tom Cruise can't promote Mission Impossible anymore because advertising or promoting your stuff is part of what you do in the guild. So that gets shut off. So, okay. And my work just changed their time. So I got to wrap this up. Anyway, so the question is, if the strike is still going on in 2 months, will there be the Emmys in September? Because you can't have the actors there handing out awards, and you won't have writers to write the jokes for the hosts. There's writers, they don't just wing all that stuff. That's writers that come up with those jokes. So you're going to have no host and no actors. And let's face it, when people tune into the awards, as shallow as they may be, they tune in to watch the actors that they like and hope that their actors win and that their shows win. So the only backup is that you can either do it as press representatives from the Emmys, like the governors will come out and they'll say, here's who won, blah, blah, blah. I mean, no one's going to want to see that. The governor of the board is going to come out and say that, so-and-so just won the Emmy. At some point, they're going to need to give the Emmys just because the Emmys, that's their job, is to hand out awards. So whether they're televised or not, that's fine. But if you're going to try to televise this without the writers and the actors' help, no one will tune in. It'll be a train wreck. There has been some special cases, though. There's a show called The Chosen. It's like a faith-based show where SAG has given waivers to that show to continue shooting. That is not something that's given out lightly or often. So there could be the chance that they will give waivers to all the actors and the writers. Well, not the writers, because they're not part of SAG union. So the writers would have to come up with their own thing if they want to do that. So they may waive them and allow them to go do the Emmys, but again, that is sort of promotion for their work. So I don't know. I think, there's going to be a hardball play. They're going to be, oh, you want those awards, but you still want your money. So I think the actors will be happy to sit this one out. I think they're like, no, we don't need to go to the Emmys. we're going to stick this one out. So you still need to come up with something. Go, we'll still get our Emmy in the mail. Amazon will deliver my Emmy. Right. So yeah, so that's what could potentially happen with that. And the Oscars, I would surmise it'll be over by then. So, all right, that is my rant, y'all, on the SAG situation. Whew, it was a doozy. And I do realize I have to go to work now in like just a few minutes because they just changed the time. It was like 9:30, now it's 9:15. Fan of Original Chainsaw. I enjoyed it. I'm not really a huge Chainsaw Massacre fan. All right, if it's just, hey, I'm going to fly through here, y'all. Hey, what's up, Garrett? Working, but popping in to say, hey, thinking of you. Thank you, my brother. I submitted my plea last night, Garrett. So hopefully, because you can make a video and show what you do. So hopefully they'll see that. And what are your favorite Bond films by each actor? Let's see. Goldfinger, Sean Connery, of course, Lazenby's On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Roger Moore would be For Your Eyes Only. Timothy Dalton would be Living Daylights. Pierce Brosnan would be Tomorrow Never Dies. And Daniel Craig is Casino Royale. How about that? There you go. Okay, Tatum O'Neal was a crush, right? See? Look, new background. Thanks, buddy. Oh, look at that. Like a new logo, too. It is new background. I can't wait to show it off. I thought 960 Strike was over residuals, at least according to the. Okay, and maybe that was it. I do know. Well, all right, I'll research that. I feel like residuals came later, which is why those actors never got any. But maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, residuals were I guess what I was getting at is residuals were a result of a big strike. You know what I mean? So having a strike facilitated residuals, whichever year, if I got the decade wrong, that's the thing. But there are things that can come out of a strike like residuals, which are beneficial to people involved. So yeah, if I got the year wrong, that's my bad. But the connection was intended. All right, y'all. Oh my God, I gotta go. You guys are the best. Actually, have a great day. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna have to skip y'all. Salute. The situation scares me. Conclusion, yeah. Oh my God, you guys should chime in, and I thank you so much. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to sign off, y'all. Literally, I had more time, but I'm gonna have to sign off. But you guys are the best. I want to thank you so much for coming by today. I love you guys. You're the best audience out there. That's right, the Mugsters. You guys are awesome. Man, please keep coming back. Share me with your friends, because, I'm not monetized anymore. So I just do this for, the likes and the love. So, yeah, man, come on back next week. We'll do it again. I hope you enjoyed my my chat about the SAG after. I've been wanting to weigh in on that because it's been a while. But there you go, man. Love you guys. Have a great day. Get out there. Have a good one. If you're out there shopping, Blu-ray hunting, get some good ones. So what you gonna get? We'll find out later. All right, guys. See you later. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming by and sharing your time with me. So until next time, be safe, be kind. We'll see you on the next one.